You ever heard of NLP? Some people say it's fake, some people say it's changed their lives. Some use it to change millions of lives, like Tony Robbins. So go ahead and get a piece of paper out and take some notes if you're serious about your business. I'm giving you some really powerful stuff today. In NLP, we learn to be masters of one technique that can completely change the way that you sell things and the amount of money you can make. The tool is called metaphors, but it's kind of like just telling stories in a way that resonates with people. And you will see people discredit things like this. Foundational pillar of effective communication. Let me tell you what it's done for me. You see, when I was 16, I got my first job at McDonald's. On the first day, I pull up to work in my old white Oldsmobile and Tree that didn't have a working AC, and the window regulator was broken, so I had a 2x4 cut in the door to hold the window up. I could already see the girl in the drive-thru chuckling at me as she saw what the new guy had just gotten out of. I walk in and clock in my first day, and I was ready to go home instead of be there. I'd rather would have played Xbox, but I needed money. I took people's orders for 8 hours, clocked out, and went home. At this point in my life, I was a very broke kid who knew nothing about the world. I liked to party, swim, hang out with girls. However, I was dirt poor. But when none of the other workers knew that while no one else was looking, I would nervously take like the fry cartons out of the packing in the back. This was back in the days where they had those peel and scratch stickers that you could win free food or a free milkshake. I was more worried about what people would think if they knew what I was doing rather than getting caught and being fired, which I don't think they would have fired me anyways. I was probably the best worker my first day there. I would peel however many off until I got a free drink or milkshake, or if I was lucky, a burger and fries. For that whole year, there was roughly a year of my life where I pretty much lived off 2 McChickens and a sweet tea every day. And that was all I could afford, on top of me using those peel and scratch stickers for extra food. For that whole year, I was just hungry. I was living paycheck to paycheck, doing whatever I could do to get this bag of embarrassment weighing me down off of my back and not feel starvation I thought would never go away, to be quite honest. Fast forward today, I have my own business, which I never saw coming, and I have the ability to go where I want, do what I want, with who I want. And I'm just so thankful that 16-year-old taking people's orders never fucking gave up. So today we're gonna dive deep into a subject that's near and dear to me and close to my heart, and that's the power of metaphors. You see, metaphors are not just linguistic devices. They are tools that can transform your communication, your influence, and ultimately your success in sales. Let's get started. Metaphors are like the secret sauce of effective communication. They allow us to convey complex ideas and emotions and concepts in a way that the unconscious mind can easily grasp and relate to. Now, why is this so important, you ask? I'll explain. Our unconscious mind is like a vast untapped reservoir of potential. It's where our beliefs, desires, and motivations reside. But here's the thing, the unconscious mind doesn't speak the language of logic. It speaks the language of images, emotions, and associations. It makes little pictograms. And that's where metaphors really come into play, oftentimes in the form of indirect communication. Metaphors act as the bridge between conscious mind and unconscious mind. When you use a metaphor, you're essentially speaking the language of the unconscious, making it easier for your message to be understood and accepted. This is why people love stories. It pulls us out of daydreaming. Think of it as a shortcut to creating a deep and lasting connection with your audience, including potential customers. Now, let's talk about storytelling, because storytelling is a very powerful tool in sales, and metaphors are at the heart of great stories. When you tell a story infused with metaphors, you're not just relaying facts and figures in a boring way. You're painting a vivid picture in your listener's mind. This engages their emotion, making them more receptive to your message, and it helps them have those emotional epiphanies, these aha moments. Metaphors also make you relatable. When you use metaphor that tap into shared human experiences or cultural references, your audience can't help but nod in agreement. They feel understood and connected to you, which is essential in building trust and rapport. Are you getting this? But here's the real magic of metaphor in sales: problem solving. When you encounter objections or obstacles, metaphors can help you reframe the situation. For example, instead of saying, "Our product is expensive," You could say, our product is an investment in your future. Feel, see the difference? It changes the entire perspective. Or to reframe and take it a step further, here's something I like to use. If a customer says it's expensive, I'll say, well, heck yeah, it's expensive for the wrong person. And they start sitting there and questioning, well, damn, am I the wrong person? This is like being a mind ninja, I swear. The whole goal of this is to break their false belief patterns. Sure, you can convince someone to buy, but if they don't have a behavior shift, they'll charge back or get a refund. Why is this? Einstein has a quote I love. He says, you cannot solve a problem with the same conscience that created it. And I'll be doing a full video on this, breaking it down and paradigm shifts here soon. Metaphors are a tool you can use to get around someone's critical faculty in the conscious and unconscious mind to deliver real change. You use metaphors to break their false belief pattern by putting them first in the right emotional state. Preferably the same one you were in when you had your big aha moment about whatever you were talking about, and that emotional shift is what causes people to become lifelong customers and raving fans if you do this right. You are rebuilding the story they are telling themselves about why they can't do this or why they don't think it works. Another critical aspect in creating about metaphors is creating the mental images. Got jumbled right there. I was too busy creating a picture in my own head. Metaphors create vivid mental pictures that stick with your people. When your potential customers can visualize the benefits of your product or service, they're more likely to take action. So in conclusion, my friends, metaphors are not just fancy language tools. They are the keys to unlocking the potential of your unconscious mind and the minds of your customers. They help you connect, engage, and persuade like never before. I encourage you to harness the power of metaphors in your sales journey. Go ahead and share this video with a friend, and if you took notes, I want you to take a picture of them, put them on social media, and tag me in it so I can see what you learned and how detailed of notes you actually take. And if you're enjoying this type of material, I have another video right here that you're absolutely going to love, and I promise you'll regret skipping it. So just go ahead and click over there, and I'll see you over there.